Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be making this lemon bundt cake. It's not a pound cake, it's a bundt cake. And we're going to be using a box of this Duncan Hines cake mix. I'm starting off by pouring the cake mix into a mixing bowl. Once I started this process, I was like, I should have used my cake mixer, my stand mixer that was behind me. But anywho, so we're going to follow directions on the box, but upgrade it. So it calls for 3 eggs. I am going to add 4. It calls for a half a cup of oil. I used butter instead. I would have melted the butter, but my butter was so soft it did not need it. And I am going to add in some lemon juice as well. I did not have fresh lemons. Like, the lemons were so bad in our area. So bad. So I am using some lemon juice from this bottle. And I'm also adding in jello or pudding. I add pudding to all of my cakes. So I'm using some lemon pudding. This is going to be bursting with lemon flavor. So I'm also going to add a little bit of butter vanilla. And y'all, I was about to start mixing and turning, and I had no liquid. So it called for a cup of water. I decided to use milk. I'm using almond milk. We rarely ever have dairy milk in the house. So I used a cup of almond milk, and you're just going to go ahead and mix this up. I cut it short because, again, at that point I was like, I should have used my stand mixer. So I didn't know which pan to use, so I let my sister decide, and we decided to go with that bundt pan. So I'm using some vegetable oil, and I am just going to go ahead and pour it in the pan. You guys, make sure your pan is dry completely. Okay, so I'm using a glove just to spread the oil everywhere. I do want to make sure that this cake doesn't stick, so I want to make sure the oil is everywhere. And then now I am going to pour the flour on top. You guys, I eyeballed all of this, so there's no measurements for this one, but I will link another video in the comments of another lemon bundt cake that I made from a box cake mix. And so just like the oil, I want to make sure this flour gets everywhere. In other words, covers the oil. So I did turn it upside down in the garbage can just to make sure it's spread evenly. And now I am just going to pour all the cake into the pan. All of it. I am going to be scraping this bowl down to make sure that we get all of this lemon cake mix in there. Okay, so now that all the cake mix is in the pan, we are going to put this in our preheated oven. My oven is on 350 degrees, and this is going to bake for about 55 minutes to an hour. And I just had to freeze here to show y'all how pretty this is. It's so pretty. So I did let it sit in the pan for about 5 minutes upside down. And of course, as you can see, I am using a round cake board. You can use a plate, use whatever you have access to. And yeah, when I started lifting this, I forgot how heavy this pan was. So I used a knife to like pull it up and just flip it over, and it was hot, but you can see that it came out clean. So that oil and that flour works the old school way, okay? Okay, so now we are going to make the icing. Now, I wanted this icing to be kind of like a frosting, so thick. So, of course, the more powdered sugar, the thicker it would be. So I did melt my butter. So I started off with some melted butter. It was 3 tablespoons, and I kind of just poured the powdered sugar in there, and some jello pudding. Okay, that's going to give it like a thick, smooth consistency as well. And then I'm using some coffee creamer. You can use milk, you can use whatever liquid that you have. And I also pour in some lemon juice, just so that this can again be bursting with flavor, because this is a lemon cake. And add more liquid as you need to. Always start small. So we were having family court at this time. So I was like just pouring this on there so I can hurry up and get done so we can get back to court. Okay. But in reality, I would have just poured it and just went around instead of moving back and forth. But it still turned out pretty. It was still absolutely delicious. And you guys, our family court video will be uploaded soon. Something happened on this Sunday and we just had to get down to the bottom and get real justice, okay? So to make some topping, normally I would put slices of lemon on top of my cake, especially when it's a lemon cake, y'all. But we didn't have that. Again, the lemons were toe up in my area. So I am crushing up some lemon Oreo cookies and adding in some jello and some lemon juice. And I am just going to make a crumble, okay? Make a crumble. I did not have no softened butter. I was not about to melt any more butter, so I used the lemon juice instead. And so I used the cup just to crunch it up, and I used more lemon juice whenever I felt like it needed just a little bit more liquid so that the crumble kind of stuck together, okay? This would be good to toss in the oven too if you're using butter, if you want it a little bit more hard, but we gonna keep it soft. We gonna keep it soft. There's babies in the house. And I am just going to sprinkle that around the cake just to make it look prettier, give it some more flavor. And who doesn't love crumble? And I'll link a video for crumble below too, because I did do like a short on how to just make some regular crumble that you can use on top of anything. And you can just add flavoring to it for whatever flavor that you want. Hey you guys, let me know if you want me to make a different flavor cake. Just leave a comment below, but let me cut this for y'all, okay? Let me cut it. Hey you guys, look at that. Look how this bundt cake turned out. This box cake, this box bundt cake, it smells so good. It is so good. It is absolutely delicious. And look how soft it is to the touch. It's spongy. It's not breaking up or anything, you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and share it out.